A week has passed since the season finale and championship decider at Abu Dhabi. A week since the birth of a potential new dynasty. A week since the robbery of a record-breaking 8th world title. Either way, the talk after the race was not about Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton. It was about the FIA and race director Michael Masi. But was the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix really F1's version of the Montreal Screwjob? We could call this the Yas Marina Screwjob. Here is a quick recap of the key talking points from the race. So on lap 1, Verstappen made a lunge into turn 6 and Hamilton went off the track, didn't make the corner, and he gained an advantage. Surprisingly, he didn't have to give that place up, and for 57 of 58 laps, Hamilton was in cruise control of the race. On lap 53, Nicholas Latifi crashed and a safety car came out. Now during this safety car period there were lapped cars in between Hamilton and Verstappen. Initially the lapped cars weren't allowed to unlap themselves, then suddenly on lap 57 they were allowed to unlap themselves. This meant that we got a one-lap shootout between Hamilton on old hard tyres and Verstappen on new soft tyres. Verstappen passed Hamilton into turn 5 on the last lap and he won the race to become the 2021 world champion. Following the race, Mercedes had protests thrown out and then withdrew an appeal on the 16th of December. So this sounds like the perfect Hollywood script. What is the issue with that? Well, the issue lies within the safety car rules and the lap cars. Normally all cars would be allowed to unlap themselves and then the safety car would come in the following lap. Once those unlapped cars have ideally joined up to the back of the grid. This did not happen in Abu Dhabi, as only the 5 lapped cars between Hamilton and Verstappen were allowed to unlap themselves. I personally believe that the sport was brought to a new low from a sporting integrity purpose. Rules were broken and some not even applied correctly, and the manufactured drama that Michael Masi created was more than likely for show, and what transpired was the only way Verstappen was going to get an opportunity to make a move, because he had no pace that day compared to Hamilton. I do have to give Masi some credit for trying to find a way to end the race under green flag racing rather than behind the safety car, but he ruined the races for cars who couldn't unlap themselves. Sometimes the safety car finish just happens. It happened in the finale in the 2012 season, which was also another title decider. And I also feel that people forget that Formula 1 isn't just a 2-driver sport. There are 18 other drivers on the grid, believe it or not, and they deserve the same opportunity, like scoring points, as say Verstappen and Hamilton do. Like the procedure that Masi made up on the spot that day, I could argue it prevented someone like a Mick Schumacher from stealing a point on that last lap, but the likelihood is he probably wouldn't have. But if they're all bunched together and they all start defending crazy from each other and maybe taking each other off track, not intentionally, but Mick Schumacher could have potentially benefited from that, but he had zero chance to try. Additionally, the lobbying on display from both Toto Wolff and Christian Horner was shameful. Michael, please no safety car, or Michael, we only need 1 lap. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And it gives F1 that WWE sports entertainment vibe. Whilst barristers have said that Mercedes do have a solid case for taking it to court, Mercedes have done the right thing in my opinion by not taking it to court, as Verstappen still had to make the move on Hamilton to win the race and the championship. But them dropping the appeal would, to me, indicate that they've got what they wanted in regards to in-depth review. Whether that review leads to Masi keeping his job or not, massive improvement is needed. The policing of rules has been shocking and inconsistent all season. So one can't be surprised that the World Championship was influenced by the farcical decisions made, although the FIA launching an inquest into what happened is a bit like marking your own homework, I would have thought. But anyways, whilst no one can argue that Verstappen isn't a worthy world champion, only divine intervention could have prevented Lewis Hamilton from winning that race, and ultimately a record-breaking 8th World Championship. Verstappen's title celebrations are being remembered for the events at Abu Dhabi, which isn't fair considering he's been the best driver on the grid this season. So whilst F1 might have got its dramatic finale it has craved for in their Netflix series era of Formula 1, it's come at a cost. That cost being sporting integrity for sports entertainment. Well, that's my opinion on the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hopefully next season there's going to be less controversy from stewards and race directors, and hopefully we get another title battle like this season, but with more drivers involved. We want to see Ferrari, McLaren and Alpine mixing up with Mercedes and Red Bull on a regular basis. It would give the sport that unpredictable nature that live sport should provide us, and that's why we love sports such as football. Anyways, that's been my opinion on what happened at Abu Dhabi. Whether you think it was a fix or you thought what happened was the correct thing to do somehow, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want, and peace.